Just wanted to make a video and I couldn't figure out what to make the video on. And as I'm driving to the store, we're gonna talk about dreams. How to let people not get into your head when it comes to what you want. People, oh gosh, that's bright, whoa. People are not going to like, support, or appreciate what you like and appreciate for yourself. And that's just a fact. You're gonna learn that as soon as you start working towards things that you actually want, and as soon as you start working towards things that you actually want to see happen in your life, as soon as things actually start working out for you, that's when you're gonna start to see the people who genuinely care about you and the people who actually want to be there and support you. A lot of the times, we let people and we let not only what people think get in the way of what we want, but we let people's ideas and how people feel about our ideas get in the way of us achieving our dreams. Now, why? Why? I guess one of the reasons could be is because we actually care. We care about what people think. We care about how people feel about us and how people perceive us. Why? Because literally, systematically, we're taught that people's approval and people's validation matters in life. What you need to realize is that what people think of you doesn't matter, and what you think of you matters more. Because let's think about it, right? Let's just say you have an idea to, I don't know, put out music. And you want to put out music and you want to put it out in a certain way. You want your music to be more, I don't know, more lyrical. But then you put out a lyrical song and you're getting tons of comments. This is bad. This is garbage. I want you to put out something more melodic. Now you're thinking, oh, okay, well, I should listen to that. But what if there was a few comments in there that said you should put out more lyrical music, and that this is something that changed them and changed their life and changed how they viewed music and changed how they viewed things? If you listen to those other opinions and you don't listen to the ones that were guided by your intuition, you may not be going in a direction that you like. Well, that's like artists who blew up off of one song, but it wasn't the type of music that they wanted to make. They just made it to follow a hit or follow a certain sound. Once they do that, if they stray away, then nobody's gonna like them for what they wanted them to like them for. So no matter how large the audience is that you have, no matter how big what you have is, okay, this is a bus, I'm gonna stop because I don't like buses. Buses are scary. The tickets that you can get from buses is ridiculous. If you change what you do because somebody else told you to do something, or if you change what you do because of looking at somebody else's stuff, eventually you're not going to be happy with what you're doing because you're not doing it for yourself anymore. You're not doing it for what you want. Now you're doing it to chase this this false goal, or doing it to chase a perception that you're trying to grasp. Eventually that perception is gonna kind of screw up your own perspective of how you want to do things. Everybody has a dream and you have your own dream, right? But you can't try to get people to understand that. Getting people to understand that, it's gonna make you crazy. Now, eventually, people will understand if you keep chasing it. If you chase this dream or you chase this goal and you try to get your friends to understand it, and you try to get your family members to understand it, and you try to get lovers to understand it, it's gonna end up hurting you in the long term. And you're gonna look at your lovers and look at your friends and look at people in your life who you thought cared about you in a different light. You're gonna look at them in a different perspective. Not everybody really cares. It's kind of scary and sad and can cause a lot of fear all at once and a lot of emotions all at once. It's something that you have to realize. Nobody cares about your dream and nobody cares about what you care about. Nobody cares about what you care about as much as you care about it. And it's not a bad thing, you know, we're all selfish. And I hate people who act like, oh, I'm not selfish. Yes, you are, because you just defended that. Like, you just defended the fact that you're not selfish. Like, that's you caring about yourself. Everybody cares about themselves. And that's not a bad thing. But when it comes to your dreams, you have to be selfish. You have to be selfish. You can't let people in. Nobody's going to understand your dream. Nobody's going to respect your dream. And nobody's going to get what you get except for you, because you get it. You created it. We were all put here with different dreams. We were all put here with different perspectives. We were all put here with different views. And the people who understand and get your views, those are the ones that you pay attention to. See, those are the people who allow you to understand and realize that what you're doing, you're not doing for no reason. It's going to take you time, and balance in your life to be able to get those people. Once you do, you have to appreciate them. And that comes down to acceptance and accepting and appreciating where you are and not trying to look so much in the future. Now, you might be saying I'm going against my own words, because isn't your dream a visualization of what you want? Isn't it like a visualization of the future? Yeah, but all the future is a continuation of the present moment. So if the future is a continuation of the present moment and you want your future and your dream to become a reality, what are you doing now to work towards that? What are you doing now to work towards your dream? What are you doing now to work towards what you want? Let's just say you have a phone. Let's just say you want to be a creator and you want to, I don't know, you want to make YouTube videos and you want to be an influencer, or you want to be a musician, you want to be anything, right? And you have all the materials in front of you. You know, you have the microphone, you have the camera, you have the phone, you have the computer, you have everything that you need in front of you, but you're holding it back because you care about what people think. You're holding yourself back, and nobody else can hold you back but you. You see, people can tell you, I think that that's wrong. I think that you shouldn't do that. I think that you shouldn't say that. People can have their opinions. And not only can people have their opinions that hurt you, but everybody's opinion holds weight to themselves. So you can't say that's wrong, because everybody's opinion in their own way is going to be right. And that's something that you have to sit with. But you can't let people's opinions and what people think affect you that much, because what people think of you is going to be projection. Like I've said before, projection. They project what's going on inside of them and speculation. But nobody knows you but you. So people are projecting what's going on inside of them. If somebody says, hey, your dream is dumb and I wouldn't do that, and then you ask them why, and they say, because, you know, okay, so I wouldn't be a creator. I shouldn't be a YouTuber. I shouldn't be a musician. You say, okay, why? Why shouldn't I be a musician? Why shouldn't I be a creator? And they say, well, because it's not going to make you any money. And, you know, you're not going to get anywhere in life with that. And you're just going to be halted. You know, you're not going to be able to do anything. Everybody does things and says things based off of their own life experiences. If somebody thinks that your dream or what you want for your future isn't the right thing, that's their perspective, not yours. So don't take in somebody else's perspective as yours, because that's theirs. And they might have that experience and that perspective based on their own experiences. People go through their own things. So you can't let what people think of you, and you can't let how people feel about your dream affect your dream, because it's exactly what I said. It's yours. It's yours. It's nobody else's. So nobody's going to understand it. So the one thing that you have to cope with is you have to kind of have a level of secrecy and a level of personability with what you want in life and your dreams and your aspirations. Now, a lot of people say, you know, that sucks, and it's, you know, it's that's lonely, and I want to tell people. And it's cool. You can tell people. But if you're going to tell people and you're going to tell your friends, be prepared to look at your friends differently. Be prepared to look at the people in your life differently, and be prepared to be hurt like a bitch. When you show people your true dreams and true mentality, when that vulnerability comes out of you, be prepared to see how people really feel about you. A lot of the times we put on masks, we put on acts, and people don't see how we really are. But during the pandemic, everybody wore a mask. And I remember when I was working at Target when I was like 16, 17, everybody wore a mask. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, you know, this person's this, and this person's that, and this person's that. And then all of a sudden, end of the pandemic, everybody takes off your mask, and you're like, holy crap, you look like that? and everybody looks different, everybody sounds different. And then you think about them in a different way. Everybody has a mask, but you don't really know what's under there. You don't really know who they really are. And when they take it off, you can't be surprised. It's the same thing when it comes to how you put yourself out there, your real dreams, and how you really view yourself. You know, like people sometimes in school, sometimes at work, sometimes in real life experiences, we hide who we really are. And we hide who we are because, I don't know, you know, but we hide it. But if you hide it and you try to put on this act, if you have a dream, but you want people to view you in a certain way, so you put yourself out in a certain way on social media, and you put yourself out in a certain way to people IRL. If you start to all of a sudden be yourself, people hate that, you can't let it stop you. If you start to put yourself out there and people judge or critique or pick, you can't let that stop you, because when people pick at you, it's not only because they want you to feel a type of way, but it's because people have probably picked on them in the past. People have had things to say about them in the past. And a lot of times we don't want the finger pointed back at ourselves. So we'll point it outward, 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 so that it doesn't get pointed back at us. Because once it gets pointed back at you, then what? Then what do you do? I guess my point to all this, and a lot of it is scattered, but my point to all of this is chase your dreams and follow your dreams and follow whatever you want to do. Because at the end of the day, you are the only person who has your dream. You are the only person who has your vision and what you want. That's almost like Kanye West and Yeezys and Adidas. You know, Kanye had a certain vision and a certain vision for his shoes. He wanted the Yeezy to be just as accessible as an Adidas Superstar, just as accessible as a Nike Roshe. You know, he wanted his shoes to be accessible. Adidas had a different plan because they said, okay, well, we got this name and we got this we got this shoe that's tied to this really famous person, but we're going to purposely make it inaccessible to people. Because what is that going to do? That's going to make the brand come up. It's going to make people appreciate Adidas. And what did it do? Yeah, it made Adidas one of the biggest shoe companies in the world. When Adidas was literally failing at the time, the Kanye West Yeezy saved it, saved the business. But Kanye despises his own shoes now. He despises the Yeezy brand sometimes. And he doesn't like what they did to the shoe. And some people would say like, oh, you're unappreciative. You don't like, you're unappreciative, like you should just be happy that it's big. Well, you could be happy that it's big and he could be happy that it's big, but it's not his vision anymore. It's not his dream. It's not what he wanted. He wanted the shoe to be accessible, not limited stock. You could only get it in one period of time. No, that wasn't his dream. So if you have a dream, don't expect other people to be on board with your dream, because everybody, even with your dream and what you want, everybody, if you can have your best friend support you, but not be allowed to join the team. Because as soon as they do and they don't have the same vision as you or the same dream as you, that's it. And you can't change that. You also can't get upset for wanting it a certain way, because everybody wants their life and everybody wants their dream and wants their vision the way that they want it. So that's why you can't stop. You can't stop, and you need to remember that you are the only person with your dream. If you don't chase what you want, and you don't work towards what you want, and you don't give it your all towards what you want, you can't wake up upset every day and say, wow, like my life sucks. I wish things were this way. I wish things were that way. You create the life that you live. You create the life that you live. You create the life that you live. You create every single thing that you see on the outside. What you see on the outside is literally just going to be a projection of what's going on the inside. And if you want to see your dreams come to life, bring them outside of you. If you want to see your life turn around in positive ways, put positivity out, even if you keep seeing negativity. Not to say that you can't sit with and acknowledge and go through emotions, because you can and you should put them out, because if you fumigate them and you let them stay within inside, eventually it's going to burst. It's almost like turning a gas oven on and leaving it open and in a confined space and closing the door and putting towels under the door. Eventually that room is going to explode if you don't just slowly let it out and let the door open and let some of it escape. So don't be scared to be yourself. Don't be scared to put out your dreams, and remember that you are the only person with your dream. So if you want it to happen, stop waiting. Just go towards it.